If you're trying to conceive, you know that waiting period each month, right? It's this crazy mix of hope and anxiety where you're paying super close attention to every single little thing your body does. It's a time just filled with questions. And in this explainer, we're going to decode how your body might be giving you the answers way before a test ever could.
I mean, this is a big question, isn't it? Is this the month? It can honestly feel like you're a detective searching for clues in some big mystery. But what if I told you the clues are already there? See, your body has this subtle, secret language it starts speaking from the very, very beginning. The real trick is just knowing how to listen.
So, it all kicks off with this incredible biological moment called implantation. This is when the fertilized egg, after its big journey, finally gets cozy and attaches to the uterine wall. This usually happens about 6 to 8 days after ovulation, and this isn't just some random step. This is the starting gun. This is the moment that truly fires off the first hormonal changes and those first physical signs. Now, these first signs, they're not shouting at you. They're more like whispers. They are so subtle, and honestly, they're really easy to mistake for something else. That's why so many people miss them entirely. So let's tune in and really listen to these first physical clues.
Okay, so the very first whisper can be an actual physical feeling in your lower abdomen. It's not like a normal period cramp, not at all. A lot of people describe it as feeling like butterfly wings fluttering, or maybe a gentle, light pulling on the muscles from the inside. It could be on the left, the right, or right there in the center, just below your belly button. It's this really delicate feeling that means, hey, implantation is happening.
And right along with that feeling, you might see a physical sign, implantation bleeding. Now, let's be clear, this is not a period. It's super light spotting. We're talking just a few drops you might only notice once. The huge difference is the color. It's usually a light pink or even brown, not the bright red of a period. And this tends to show up about 5 or 6 days before you'd even be expecting your period to start.
And seeing them side by side like this makes it so much clearer, because this is where a ton of confusion happens, right? On the left, you've got implantation spotting. It's super light, it's pink or brown, and it shows up early. Then on the right, you've got a menstrual period, a much heavier flow, that distinct red color, and it arrives right on schedule. It really helps to see the difference so plainly. So a gentle pull and a tiny spot. Those are the whispers. They're easy to miss. But as this journey continues, your body's signals, they get stronger and they get a whole lot clearer. So what happens when your body stops whispering and starts to really talk?
All right, the next chapter in this story is all about the hormones. Once that implantation is successful, your body starts pumping out more of a hormone called progesterone. And let me tell you, this hormone is the director of the whole show from here on out. It's responsible for this next wave of much more noticeable symptoms.
One of the first things progesterone does is crank up your internal thermostat, your basal body temperature. That's just your body's temp when you're totally at rest. It'll go up by about 1 to 2 degrees and just stay there. A regular thermometer might not even catch it, but this little shift can make you feel like you've got this low-grade fever that just won't go away.
And then comes the emotional roller coaster. That huge surge in hormones can have such a powerful effect on your mood. You might find yourself feeling just incredibly happy out of nowhere, or bursting into tears for absolutely no reason. One minute you're laughing, the next you're feeling totally down. Trust me, it's not you being irrational. It is a direct chemical response to everything changing inside you.
Now these next changes, a lot of people consider them one of the surest early signs. Progesterone and other hormones are basically getting your body ready, and your breasts are often one of the first places you feel it. They can get heavy, full, and super sensitive. You might also see some visible changes, like the nipple and the areola getting a bit darker and wider, or those little bumps around them becoming more obvious. So, as you get closer and closer to the date of your missed period, the clues start to get even more decisive. These are the symptoms that often make someone stop and think, okay, something is definitely different here. I think it might be time to take a test.
Ah, yes, the famous morning sickness. But here's the thing. It's not always about actually being sick, and it definitely doesn't only happen in the morning. For a lot of people, it's this nagging feeling of nausea or dizziness, especially when you wake up. And here's a really specific one, a sudden gagging feeling when you're just brushing your teeth. It's strange, I know, but it's a super common clue.
Feel like you suddenly have to pee all the time? Well, there's a good reason for that. Early in pregnancy, your total blood volume actually increases. This means your kidneys have to work overtime to filter all that extra fluid, which means your bladder fills up way faster. And, you get it, more trips to the restroom. It's just your body's systems kicking into high gear.
Okay, so you've been listening. You've heard the whispers, you've noticed the louder conversations from your body, you've seen the signs. Now what? Let's talk about the practical steps to getting a clear, for sure answer.
The process is actually pretty straightforward. First things first, the most reliable sign is a missed period. To get the most accurate result from a home urine test, it's really best to wait 4 to 6 days after that missed period. But if you're really anxious to know sooner, a doctor can do a simple blood test which can detect pregnancy even earlier than a home test can.
Now, before we finish, I have to share this because it's so important. If you even think you might be pregnant, please do not take any medication without talking to a doctor first. This means painkillers, steroids, or even continuing a prescription you already have. Taking the wrong thing during this incredibly delicate stage of implantation can disrupt the entire process. It's a common mistake, but it's one that can have really serious consequences.
From just a tiny flutter to a whole cascade of hormones, the beginning of pregnancy is this incredible, complex journey. And your body communicates with you every single step of the way. So the real question is, now that you know the language, are you really listening to what it has to say?